Hey guys, so the other day ago, a friend of mine texted me saying, "Hey Brian, do you know of any good investment accounts that sort of double as a high yield savings? I want my cash to be making some money while I wait to invest." Now, my first reaction, like many YouTubers, would be to share the investing accounts with the highest yields. These typically offer anywhere from 3% to 3.5%, which is way better than traditional brokerage rates that can be as low as 0.01%. But then I asked a really important question that most people forget about and leads to 99% of investors falling into what I call the cash yield trap. Let me explain what that is, and by the end of the video, I'll teach you how to avoid it because it could be costing you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per year without you even knowing it. But the question I asked my friend was, what's your tax rate? You see, just about every investor I talk to, whether they're in my personal network, a subscriber to the channel, or just a friendly viewer in the comments section, focuses on the total yield. That big juicy number, which right now is anything close to or even above 3.5%. The trap is that this interest is fully taxable, and here in the United States, that means paying federal and state income tax as well as an additional 3.8% tax called net investment income tax that can apply if you are a high earner. That means that for a high income investor here in California with a $2 million portfolio holding a 5% position or roughly $100,000 in cash, earning 3.5% interest, they will earn $3,500 in interest over the course of a year, but end up owing $1,893.50 of that in additional taxes, which translates to an after-tax yield on their cash of just 1.61%. Now, this obviously is an extreme example, but most investors I talk to simply don't know that they're paying this extra tax and then wonder why they don't get a tax refund or end up owing taxes at the end of the year. Luckily, there is a straightforward way to avoid this trap, and that is through a specific type of money market fund. You see, a money market fund is a type of mutual fund that invests in low-risk, short-term debt securities such as treasury bills, municipal debt, or corporate bonds. And when it comes to taxes, there are three types of money market funds that you should know about. The first are prime funds, which are fully taxable, but they invest in corporate securities, allowing them to offer generally the highest interest rates. Treasury funds, on the other hand, are exempt from state taxes, but are still taxable at the federal level, and they tend to have a slightly lower interest rate than prime funds. And third, we have municipal funds, which invest in state and local government bonds and are exempt from both state and federal taxes. Now, based on what I just told you, municipal bonds might sound like the holy grail, since they have almost tax-free income. But like with most good things in finance, it gets complicated. But it doesn't have to be, because in my opinion, there is a fairly simple way to understand which type of money market fund makes the most sense for you. So if you're investing using a tax-advantaged account like an IRA, a 401k, or an HSA, then a prime money market fund would make the most sense. Since you're already getting the tax benefit through your account, it makes the most sense to go with a prime fund since they generally have a higher yield. Another situation is that if you're currently in a lower tax bracket, either through write-offs or you're early in your career and you have a lower income, then prime funds would also make sense. And what I mean by lower income, where I would draw the line is at the $48,475 mark for single filers or the $96,950 mark for married filers. Under that amount, the federal tax rate is 12%, but above that, it almost doubles to 22%, and that's when it might make sense to explore one of the next two funds. But if you do fall into one of those categories that I mentioned and you are interested in a prime money market fund, Schwab currently has one of the highest rates at 3.51% through their Prime Advantage Money Fund, ticker SWVXX. There's also the Fidelity Money Market Fund at 3.39%, and the ticker for that one is SPRXX. And of course, there is the JP Morgan Prime Money Market Fund, ticker symbol VMVXX, which is also yielding about 3.39%. So next, let's talk about who should consider treasury funds. Remember, these are exempt from state taxes, but not from federal taxes. So if you live in a state with no income tax, like Texas, for example, then you're not going to see as much of a tax benefit from these. However, if you live in a high income tax state like California or New York, then treasury funds could make a lot of sense, and the yields are a bit higher than you might be expecting. In fact, two popular funds to look into are the Fidelity Treasury Only Money Market Fund, ticker symbol FDLXX, which currently yields about 3.34%, as well as the Vanguard Treasury Money Market Fund, and the ticker for that one is VUSXX, and it has the highest yield so far at 3.65%. And then last but not least, we have municipal funds, which are exempt from both state and federal taxes on one condition. And that is that you have to be invested in a fund that invests in your home state. So for example, if you live in California, you must own a California municipal bond. And these tend to make the most sense for higher income individuals, which I personally would define as anyone making $100,000 or more as a single filer, or married couples making $200,000 or more. That's because once you're at this income level, you're hitting the 24% federal tax bracket, and in a state like California, that also translates to an additional 9.3% state tax, meaning that over a third of your interest income could be subject to taxes. Now, as you might expect, there is a lot of variability when it comes to municipal funds, and unfortunately, I don't have the bandwidth to cover every option for every state with income tax in this video. However, I can give you a few things to look out for. First, I would check to see if your state has any ETFs. For example, California has one called CMF, which is managed by iShares and yields about 2.91%. ETFs are easier to trade and should give you all the same benefits as comparable money market funds. Secondly, make sure to check the expense ratio. Since municipal bonds aren't as liquid and need to be managed more accurately than government treasuries, management fees can be as high as 1% or higher. However, the yields that you see on these funds are usually net of fees, which means that if the yield is comparable to other funds, then the higher fees might be justified. Third, make sure to check the minimum investment. Depending on the fund and the class of shares, some funds might have minimum investments of up to $1 million. And last but not least, always confirm with your CPA and financial advisor. Simply let them know you're trying to be more tax efficient with the interest you're earning on your uninvested cash, and they should know what to do. If they don't, that's a different conversation. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video and you found this information helpful. If you did, please let me know with a thumbs up down below. And as always, head to the comments section if you have any specific questions for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.